first and foremost, I want to tell y'all this story. I've already talked about it before, but it was a story. Hold on, y'all, because my glasses in this her. But so I have autoimmune, and I had to go to a rheumatologist for them to verify my numbers and do like a more extensive testing on my blood. And okay, I don't know why that was there in the wrong place, but anyway, so I my primary care physician knows that I prefer. With that being said, I wanted to go to preferably a black female or a black woman rheumatologist, but my doctor was like, I'm sending you to the best. I go to this rheumatologist, and so the doctor finally comes in, and he basically tells me that he thinks that I have untreated hepatitis B, and that he wants to prescribe me with medication for ADD, ADHD. We haven't even had a conversation long enough for you to try to prescribe me with anything mental health wise. But also, you think that in the past 5 years that I've tested high for a rheumatic factor because I have untreated HBV, even though I've been tested for hepatitis, all hepatitis, all STIs, all STDs, because these are things that can mimic autoimmune. And so I tell my doctor every time I go in, test me for everything. And so you think that everybody else's tests are wrong for 5 years? So then he's like, well, it has to be, X, Y, Z, da, da, da. I was like, well, the only thing I'm getting tested for today is the rheumatic testing that my doctor referred me to you for. Anything else, no, thank you. So he was like, well, I'm going to test you for it anyway, but we'll still do the rheumatic testing. My insurance was covering it. I didn't really care. I just wanted to get out that office. I said, where am I taking the test? We go. He takes me to get my test done, and he tests me for everything. He calls me about like a week or so later, and he's like, oh my God. He's all excited. Oh my God, most black women don't have rheumatic disorders. No. Most black women do have rheumatic disorders. Not most of them, but black women do have rheumatic disorders. You just aren't diagnosing them with that because they probably believe you when you say that they have untreated hepatitis B. That's probably why you haven't caught their diagnosis, but I made you still give me my blood testing that my doctor sent me for. He wanted to go ahead and give me medication for hepatitis B. No, you're not going to do that. You're going to do your job. And your job is to test me for a rheumatic disorder. That's what your job is to do. And so that's what you're going to do. And so he's like all excited, like, oh, like I can't wait to work with you. Hold your horses. So actually I'm going to consult with my doctor first on what our next steps will be. He wanted to just have my blood tested, things of that nature, and then we'll discuss it. And then he will, we'll go further. My doctor then, we discuss it. He got a good kick out of it. He thought it was so funny because the doctor called him like, please refer her to me because I would love to work with her. We don't get a lot of black women with rheumatic disorders. This, and that. Please send her to me. And he was like, I thought she had hepatitis B based off of how she looked. So when he's saying all this to my doctor already knew, like, Jasmine coming in here with an attitude. Jasmine finna come in here with an attitude because he's talking about the way she looked. He's talking about she got HBV. He's telling her she need to take this type of medication. Like, listen, he already knew I was teed, okay? I was teed. And I was just like, oh. I get in that office and we get to talking about the visit and he cracking up. And I'm like, this man don't take nothing serious, dog, because I'm being serious. I'm mad. Like, why would you send me to this man? You knew what type of man he was. You gonna sit there and send me to him? No. He was like, nobody else has complained. I said, they probably up there taking HBV medication. That's why. No, he up there, y'all. I was so pissed off. And my doctor just sitting there getting a good little kiki out of it. Like, he really don't take nothing serious when it comes to me. I don't know what I did. I don't know why. I must have a very loving and light spirit because that man really be just laughing at any and everything. And I be so serious. I'm like, I went to the doctor after that one day. I had an allergic reaction or something. And he was like, have you gone to another rheumatologist? No. You still need some time? You know I still need some time. That man, he hit me with a double whammy. Like, then talking about something, well, look at you. You're in here, you're shaking. I said, sir, I'm shivering because it's cold in here. And you know that because you're wearing 2 jackets. You know it's cold in here. That's why you're wearing 2 jackets. And they weren't even the white coat. The white coat was on top of the 2 jackets. Spare me, dog. You probably got a long sleeve under there. Like, y'all. Still, yeah, I'm still mad about that, but it is what it is. At least my doctor was able to get some more information with the blood testing that he took. Negative for HBV, negative for everything else he tested me for. Like, so that made the 4th time of testing high, of having a high rheumatoid factor in 5 years at that point. And it was just like, it's funny now. I wasn't laughing then. I was pissed off. But whatever. Yeah. That's my racist medical experience. I ain't gonna say his name because I just feel like his experience must have been real for him because he really called me excited wanting to be my rheumatologist. So I was like, okay. But I just feel like that type of thinking can carry over into your care for me. So I don't even want to get involved in that. I don't want to do 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 that. It's okay. It's all right. But yeah. All right, y'all.